Hello, friends. How are you? I hope you are doing well. Have you been practicing English? I hope so. Today, I want to tell you a story about my first day at work. This story will help you learn new words and phrases in English. Let's begin. It is a sunny morning. My alarm clock rings. Ding, ding, ding. I wake up and turn it off. I sit up in bed, feeling happy but nervous. Today is my first day at work. I get out of bed and take a deep breath. I walk to the window and look outside. The sky is blue and the sun is shining. I smile because it is a nice day. I go to the bathroom and wash my face with cold water. It feels good. Then I brush my teeth carefully. I want my teeth to be clean. When I finish, I look in the mirror and smile. I say to myself, "You can do this." I walk to my closet and pick a clean shirt. I put it on, then choose my pants and shoes. I feel good in my clothes. Now I am ready. I go to the bathroom and fix my hair. It looks neat. I take my bag and put it on my shoulder. I check the time. It's time to leave. I go outside and close the door quietly. I walk into the kitchen. It is peaceful. I open the fridge and take 2 eggs. I put them on the counter. I also get the bread and my favorite juice. I start making breakfast. I crack the eggs into the pan. The eggs begin to cook. I put the bread in the toaster. The toast pops up. I sit at the table and eat slowly. The eggs are soft and warm. The toast is crunchy. I drink my juice. It tastes sweet. When I finish eating, I check the time again. It is almost time to leave for work. I clean my plate, put on my coat, grab my bag and put on my shoes. I leave the house and walk to the bus stop. There are people waiting for the bus. Some are on their phones. Others are talking to each other. I wait in line. The bus arrives. It is a big red bus. I hear the engine. The bus stops and the door opens. I get on and find a seat by the window. I look out the window and see the busy city. There are cars, people walking, and some people riding bicycles. The city is full of life. I feel excited, but also a little nervous. It's my first day at work. I take a deep breath and relax. The bus moves through the city. I see shops, restaurants, and parks. The trees are green and the sun is bright. The bus stops and more people get on. Soon it is my stop. I get off the bus and walk to the office building. The building is tall with many windows. I walk inside and the doors open with a whoosh. It is cooler inside. I see a sign that says, "Welcome." A receptionist smiles at me. She gives me a badge with my name on it. I pin it to my shirt. She tells me to go to the 3rd floor. I step into the elevator and press the button. The elevator moves up. When the doors open, I walk out into the office. The office is big and clean. I see desks with computers. People are working. Some are typing on the computer and others are talking on the phone. Everything is new and I feel excited. I walk to my desk where my boss, Mr. Robert, is waiting. He smiles and shakes my hand. "Welcome to the team," he says. "Thank you," I reply. Mr. Robert shows me my desk. It is near a big window and I can see the city. My computer is ready and everything is organized. I sit down at the desk and take a moment to relax. Mr. Robert introduces me to my coworkers. "This is Sarah," he says. Sarah smiles and says, "Hi, I'm Sarah. Welcome." "Hi, I'm James," I reply. "Nice to meet you." "This is David," Mr. Robert says. David looks up from his computer and says, "Hello. Glad to have you here." "Thank you, David," I say. "Everyone is friendly and I feel comfortable. Now it's time to start work." Mr. Robert gives me my first task. "Please read these emails and make a report." I read the emails carefully. Some are short and some are long. I write down new words in my notebook. Then I start making the report. It is not too hard, but I want to do my best. I type slowly and check my work. After I finish the report, I send it to my boss. I feel proud of my work. It is lunchtime now. I go to the break room. Sarah is making a sandwich and David is drinking coffee. "Hi, how is your day going?" I ask. "Good," Sarah replies. "How about you?" "It's my first day," I say, "but everything is going great." We sit down and eat. Sarah has a salad and David has soup. We talk about work and share some laughs. It feels good to relax. I am happy to be here. After lunch, I return to my desk. There are more emails to read. I reply to messages from my boss and team. At the end of the day, Mr. Robert comes to my desk and says, "You did well today. Keep it up." I smile and say, "Thank you. It is time to go home." I take my bag, wave to my coworkers, and leave the office. The day was long, but I feel proud. I wait for the bus and think about my day. When the bus comes, I get on and sit by the window. The bus is quiet now, and I relax. I look out the window and think about my first day. It was full of new things, and I feel happy. I am excited for tomorrow. Chapter 2. The next day, I wake up early again. My alarm clock rings. Ding, ding, ding! I turn it off and sit up in bed. I stretch and take a deep breath. It's a new day, and I feel excited about going back to work. I get out of bed and walk to the window. The sky is blue and the sun is shining brightly. I smile because it's a beautiful day. I go to the bathroom and wash my face. The water feels cool and it wakes me up. Then I brush my teeth carefully. I want my teeth to be clean. When I finish, I look in the mirror. My face looks fresh, and I feel ready for the day. Chapter 3. I go to my closet and pick out my clothes. I choose a clean shirt, new pants, and my shoes. I put them on and feel good in my clothes. I walk to the bathroom and fix my hair. It looks neat, and I feel confident. I take my bag and put it on my shoulder. I check the time on the clock. It's almost time to leave. Chapter 4. I go outside and close the door softly. I walk to the bus stop. There are a few people waiting for the bus. Some are talking to each other and some are looking at their phones. I stand in line and wait. Soon, I see the bus coming. It's a big red bus. I can hear the sound of the engine. The bus stops and the door opens. I get on the bus and find a seat by the window. I look outside the window as the bus moves through the city. The streets are busy with cars, buses, and people walking. Some people are riding bicycles. The city is full of energy. I feel excited and a little nervous because it's only my second day at work. I take a deep breath and remind myself that everything will be fine. The bus moves slowly through the city. I see shops, restaurants, and parks. The trees are green and the sun is shining brightly. The bus stops at different places and more people get on. The bus is full now, and I know my stop is coming soon. I look at the bus map to check where we are. I get off the bus when it stops at my station. I walk to the office building. The building is tall, and I can see the reflection of the sun in the windows. I walk through the automatic doors. Inside, it is cool and quiet. The receptionist smiles at me and greets me. "Good morning," she says. "Good morning," I reply. I feel happy to be here again. I take the elevator up to the third floor. The doors open, and I step out. The office is busy. People are typing on their computers, talking on the phone, and moving around. It feels like everyone is focused on their work. I walk to my desk, and I see my computer and notebook. Everything is neat and ready for me to start working. Mr. Robert walks over to me. He smiles and says, "Good morning, James. How was your night?" "Good morning, Mr. Robert." "My night was good, thank you," I reply. He nods and says, "Great. Today you will help with a new project. I'll explain it to you." He leads me to a meeting room where a few colleagues are sitting. Sarah is there, and so is David. They smile and wave at me. I wave back and sit down. Mr. Robert starts explaining the project. We need to organize some files and send emails to the clients. "James, you will work with Sarah and David on this task." I feel a little nervous, but also excited. I take out my notebook and start writing down the information. Sarah and David explain the project to me, and I listen carefully. Sarah gives me a folder with files inside. "Here are the documents we need," she says. "Please look through them and help us organize them." I take the folder and begin reading the documents. Some are short, but others are long and full of details. I need to pay attention to every part. I write down the main points in my notebook. Sarah and David help me if I have any questions. It's not too difficult, but I need to be careful. After a while, we finish organizing the files. Mr. Robert comes over to check our work. He looks at the documents and nods. "Good job, everyone. Now it's time to send the emails to the clients." Sarah shows me how to write a polite email. I write my first email and send it. I feel proud of myself. It's lunchtime now. Sarah, David, and I walk to the break room. Some of our colleagues are already there. Sarah takes out her sandwich and David has a salad. I have a sandwich too. We sit down and talk about the project. "How is it going?" David asks. "It's good," I reply. "I'm learning a lot." We laugh and share some funny stories. It feels nice to relax during the break. After lunch, I return to my desk. I check my emails and reply to a few messages from clients. The afternoon goes by quickly. I focus on my work and make sure everything is correct. At the end of the day, Mr. Robert comes over to me. "You did well today, James," he says. "Keep it up." I smile and thank him. I feel happy and tired. It's time to go home. I take my bag and wave goodbye to my colleagues. "See you tomorrow," I say. Goodbye. "Have a nice evening," Sarah says. I leave the office and walk to the bus stop. I feel proud of the work I did today. The bus comes, and I get on. I find a seat by the window and relax. The city looks beautiful as the sun starts to set. I think about my day as the bus moves. I feel good about my second day at work. I'm starting to get used to the office and the people. I know I will keep learning and getting better at my job. Chapter 3. The next morning, I wake up early. My alarm rings. Ding, ding, ding. I turn it off and sit up. I feel a little tired but excited for another day of work. I stretch and take a deep breath. I get out of bed and walk to the window. The sky is clear and the sun is shining. I smile because it looks like another good day. I go to the bathroom and wash my face. The cold water feels nice and wakes me up. Then I brush my teeth carefully. I want to make sure my teeth are clean. When I finish, I look in the mirror and smile. I feel ready to start the day. I walk to my closet and pick out a shirt, pants, and shoes. I put them on and I feel good in my clothes. I go to the bathroom and fix my hair. It looks neat. I check the time. It's almost time to leave. I leave the house and walk to the bus stop. There are a few people already waiting. Some are talking and others are on their phones. I wait in line looking around. The bus arrives and I get on. It is a little crowded, but I find a seat by the window. I look outside as the bus drives through the city. I see cars, buses, and people walking. The city is always busy and I feel part of it. Some people are riding bicycles and I hear the sounds of the city, horns, people talking, and the bus moving. As the bus moves, I see shops and restaurants. There are trees and parks along the way. The sun is shining and everything looks bright and new. I feel happy but a little nervous too. It's only my third day at work, and I still feel like I am learning a lot. The bus stops and I get off. I walk into the office building and see the automatic doors open. Inside it is cool and I feel calm. The receptionist greets me with a smile. "Good morning," she says. "Good morning," I reply. I walk to the elevator and press the button for the third floor. When the doors open, I step out. The office is busy as always. People are typing on their computers, talking on the phone, and moving around. I walk to my desk and see my computer. I sit down and turn it on. Mr. Robert walks over to me. "Good morning, James," he says with a smile. "Good morning, Mr. Robert," I reply. He looks at me and says, "Today you will work with Sarah and David on a new task. I want you to help them with organizing some files and writing a report." I nod and feel ready to start. Sarah and David are already at their desks. They smile and wave at me. "Hi, James. Ready for today?" Sarah asks. "Yes," I reply. "Let's do it." We walk to the meeting room where Mr. Robert has left some files for us. We sit down and start looking through them. The files are full of information. Some of it is easy to understand, but some parts are hard. I take my notebook and write down words I don't understand. Sarah helps me with some of the words. It means, she says, explaining them. David also helps, and soon I feel better. We continue reading and organizing the files. After we finish organizing, it's time to write the report. Sarah shows me how to start the report. I follow her example and begin typing. David checks the information to make sure we did everything correctly. I feel happy to be working with such friendly and helpful people. It's almost lunchtime. We take a break and walk to the break room. Some of our co-workers are already there. Sarah has a sandwich and David is drinking coffee. I also have a sandwich. We sit down and talk about the work we did. "How is the report going?" David asks. "It's going well," I say. "Thanks for helping me." Sarah smiles. "You're doing great, James. she says. We talk about other things too, our hobbies and favorite foods. It feels nice to relax for a few minutes. I am glad to be part of the team. After lunch, we go back to our desks. I check my emails and reply to a few. There are also new files to look at. I read through them carefully. The afternoon goes by quickly. I finish writing the report and send it to Mr. Robert. He comes over and looks at it. "Well done, James," he says. "You are improving every day." I smile and thank him. I feel proud of my work. At the end of the day, I gather my things. I put my notebook in my bag and grab my coat. I wave goodbye to Sarah and David. "See you tomorrow," I say. "Goodbye, James." "Have a good evening," they reply. I walk to the bus stop and wait for the bus. It's quiet now. The sun is setting and I feel calm. When the bus comes, I get on and find a seat by the window. I look out at the city as the bus moves. I think about the work I did today. It feels good to help with the project and finish the report. I feel more confident now. The first few days were a little scary, but now I am getting used to everything. I am learning new things every day, and I am excited to keep working. When the bus reaches my stop, I get off and walk home. It was a good day. I feel happy and tired, but also proud of my work. I know that each day I will get better and better. Tomorrow, I will do my best again. Chapter 4. The next morning, I wake up early again. My alarm rings. Ding, ding, ding. I turn it off and stretch. I take a deep breath. I am ready for the day. I get out of bed and walk to the window. The sky is cloudy and it looks like it might rain. I hope it doesn't rain too much. I go to the bathroom and wash my face with cool water. It feels good and wakes me up. Then I brush my teeth. I make sure I brush all around. After I finish, I look in the mirror. My face looks fresh and I feel ready to start the day. I go to my closet and pick out my clothes. I choose a clean shirt and my favorite pants. I put them on and I feel comfortable. I walk to the bathroom and fix my hair. It looks neat and I feel confident. I grab my bag and check the time. It's time to leave. I go outside and walk to the bus stop. The sky is darker now and I can see small drops of rain. I hope the bus comes soon. There are a few people waiting at the bus stop just like me. Some are holding umbrellas and others are looking at their phones. I stand in line waiting for the bus. Soon I see the bus coming. It's a little crowded, but I get on and find a seat by the window. I look outside as the bus moves. The rain is falling gently and the city looks different. The streets are shiny with water and the cars are driving carefully. I look around the bus. Some people are talking to each other and some are listening to music. The city is busy, but the rain makes everything slower. I like watching the raindrops on the window. It is peaceful. I feel calm even though it's only my 4th day at work. The bus stops at different places and more people get on. Some stand and others sit. Finally, I see my stop. I get off the bus and walk to the office. The rain is still falling, but it isn't too heavy. I walk quickly, not wanting to get too wet. When I get inside the building, I feel the warmth. The receptionist greets me as I walk in. "Good morning," she says. "Good morning," I reply. I smile and walk to the elevator. I press the button for the third floor. The doors open and I step out into the busy office. People are typing on their computers and the phones are ringing. I sit at my desk and turn on my computer. I feel ready for another day of work. Mr. Robert comes over to me. "Good morning, James," he says. "Good morning, Mr. Robert," I reply. He smiles and says, "Today you will work on a new project with Sarah and David. We have some new tasks for you. I feel excited. It's only my 4th day and already I'm helping with new projects." Mr. Robert gives me a folder with papers inside. "Look through these files," he says. "Then help Sarah and David write the report." I take the folder and begin looking through the papers. There are a lot of details to read. Sarah and David are busy at their desks. I ask Sarah, "Can you help me with some of these words?" She smiles and says, "Sure." She explains the new words to me. I write them down in my notebook. It feels good to learn new things. We work together on the project. Sarah shows me how to organize the files. David helps me understand the details. We work carefully, making sure everything is correct. It's not too hard, but it takes time. I feel proud of the work we are doing. After a while, we finish organizing the files. It's time to write the report. I take a deep breath and start typing. The report is important, so I make sure to write clearly. Sarah checks my work and gives me suggestions. "This part is good," she says. "Try changing this sentence." I listen to her advice and make the changes. When I finish writing the report, I check it one more time. Everything looks good. I send it to Mr. Robert. He comes over to my desk and looks at the report. "Well done, James," he says. "You are doing great." I smile and thank him. I feel proud of my work. It's time for lunch. Sarah, David, and I walk to the break room. Some of our co-workers are already there. Sarah is eating a sandwich and David is drinking tea. I also have a sandwich. We sit down and talk about the project. "How are you feeling about the report?" David asks. "I think it's going well," I reply. "I learned a lot today. We talk about other things too." Sarah tells us about her weekend plans and David shares a funny story. We laugh and enjoy our break. It feels nice to relax for a few minutes. After lunch, we go back to our desks. The afternoon passes quickly. I check my emails and reply to a few. I also help Sarah with another task. The work is busy, but it's not hard. I feel like I am getting better every day. Mr. Robert comes over and checks on our work. "Great job, everyone," he says. "Keep up the good work." At the end of the day, I gather my things. I pack my bag and stand up. "See you tomorrow." I say to Sarah and David, "Goodbye." "James, have a nice evening," they reply. I leave the office and walk to the bus stop. The rain has stopped, but the streets are still wet. I get on the bus and find a seat by the window. I look outside and think about my day. It was a good day. I worked hard and learned a lot. I am happy with my progress. Tomorrow will be another day to learn and improve. The next morning, I wake up early again. My alarm rings. Ding, ding, ding! I turn it off and stretch my arms. I feel sleepy, but I am ready for another day at work. I get out of bed and walk to the window. It is a beautiful day. The sun is shining and the sky is clear. I feel happy because it looks like a nice day. I go to the bathroom and wash my face with cold water. It wakes me up and feels good. Then I brush my teeth, making sure to brush carefully. When I finish, I look in the mirror and smile. My teeth are clean, and I feel ready for the day. I walk to my closet and pick out my clothes. I choose a nice shirt and my favorite pants. I put them on, and they feel comfortable. I check the time. It's almost time to leave. I grab my bag and go outside. I walk to the bus stop. There are a few people already waiting. Some are holding umbrellas, and others are on their phones. I stand in line, waiting for the bus to arrive. Soon I see the bus coming. It's a little crowded, but I get on and find a seat by the window. I look outside as the bus moves. The city looks different today. There are more cars and people. Some are walking to work, and others are waiting for the bus. The city is always busy, and I like being part of it. As the bus moves through the streets, I think about my job. I feel happy at work. I have learned a lot in the past few days, and I feel more comfortable now. I know my coworkers, and I like working with them. The work is interesting, and I enjoy helping with different tasks. The bus stops at different places, and more people get on. Some sit down, and others stand. I watch them for a while, then look outside again. The city is full of life. People are walking quickly, and cars are moving slowly. The city never stops. I arrive at my stop and get off the bus. I walk into the office building and feel the cool air inside. The receptionist smiles at me. "Good morning," she says. "Good morning," I reply. I walk to the elevator and press the button for the third floor. The doors open, and I step out into the office. I sit down at my desk and turn on my computer. The screen lights up, and I feel ready to work. Mr. Robert comes over to me. "Good morning, James," he says with a smile. "Good morning, Mr. Robert," I reply. He looks at me and says, "Today we have a new task for you. I want you to work with Sarah and David on a new project. It's a big task, but I know you can do it." I feel excited. I'm happy that Mr. Robert trusts me with a new task. I nod and say, "I will do my best." He smiles and gives me a folder with some papers inside. "Look through these and work with Sarah and David to organize them. After that, you will help write a report," he says. I take the folder and walk over to Sarah and David. They are already working on the new project. I sit down at the table with them. We start looking at the papers in the folder. Some of the papers are easy to understand, and others are a little harder. We take our time reading each paper carefully. Sarah explains some of the new words to me. "It means," she says, and I write the words down in my notebook. After we finish reading the papers, it's time to organize them. We arrange the papers in order, making sure everything is in the right place. I check to make sure I haven't missed anything. The task is not too hard, but it takes some time. We work together, and it feels good to help. Once the papers are organized, it's time to write the report. I take my notebook and start typing. The report is important, so I want to make sure it is correct. Sarah checks my work and gives me some tips. "This part is good," she says, "but change this sentence a little." I listen carefully and make the changes. After a while, we finish the report. I read it one more time to make sure everything is perfect. When I am sure it's good, I send it to Mr. Robert. He comes over to my desk and looks at the report. "Well done, James," he says. "You are getting better every day." I smile and thank him. I feel proud of my work. It's lunchtime now. Sarah, David, and I walk to the break room. Some of our co-workers are already there. Sarah is eating a sandwich, and David is drinking coffee. I also have a sandwich. We sit down and talk about our work. "How's the project going?" David asks. "It's going well," I reply. "I'm learning a lot." Sarah smiles. "You are doing great, James," she says. We also talk about our plans for the weekend. Sarah is going to visit her family, and David is going to watch a movie. I don't have any special plans, but I'm looking forward to relaxing. After lunch, we go back to our desks. The afternoon passes quickly. I check my emails and reply to a few. I also help Sarah with another task. The work is busy, but it's fun. I feel more confident every day, learning new things and getting better at my job. At the end of the day, I gather my things and stand up. I wave goodbye to Sarah and David. "See you tomorrow," I say. "Goodbye, James. Have a good evening," they reply. I leave the office and walk to the bus stop. It's a beautiful evening. The sun is setting, and the air is cool. I wait for the bus, thinking about my day. I feel happy. I worked hard and learned a lot. I know that tomorrow will be another good day. When the bus arrives, I get on and find a seat by the window. I look out at the city as the bus drives home. The day was good, and I feel proud of myself. The next day, I wake up early again. The alarm rings. Ding, ding, ding. I turn it off and stretch. I feel a little tired, but I know I need to get ready for work. I get out of bed and walk to the window. The sky is cloudy today, but it is still early. I hope the sun will come out later. I feel calm. I go to the bathroom and wash my face with cool water. It wakes me up and feels good. Then I brush my teeth. I want my teeth to be clean. When I finish, I look in the mirror and smile. My face looks fresh and I feel ready for the day. I walk to my closet and pick out my clothes. I choose a simple shirt and a pair of pants. I feel comfortable in them. I check the time. It's almost time to leave. I grab my bag and put on my shoes. I go outside and walk to the bus stop. I see a few people waiting there. Some are reading and others are talking. I stand in line and wait for the bus to arrive. The bus comes soon. I get on and find a seat by the window. I look outside. The city is quiet this morning. There are fewer cars and people than usual. I think it might rain later. The bus moves slowly through the streets. I see people walking with umbrellas and cars driving carefully. When I get to the office, I walk inside the building. It's warm and quiet. The receptionist greets me with a smile. "Good morning," she says. "Good morning," I reply. I walk to the elevator and press the button for the third floor. When I get to the office, I sit down at my desk. I turn on my computer and check my emails. There are a few new messages. Some are about new projects, and others are about meetings. I read each one carefully. I need to understand everything so I can do my job well. Mr. Robert comes over to my desk. "Good morning, James," he says with a smile. "Good morning, Mr. Robert," I reply. He looks at me and says, "I have something for you today. Please help Sarah with the new project. She will explain the details to you." I nod and walk over to Sarah's desk. She is sitting at her computer typing. I say hello to her. "Hi, Sarah," I say. She looks up and smiles. "Hi, James. I'm glad you're here. We have a new project to work on today. It's about organizing some documents for a new company event." I sit down next to her, and she shows me the papers. Some are simple, but others are a little hard to understand. "Don't worry," she says. "I'll explain everything to you." She tells me what each document is for, and I write down some notes. It helps me understand better. We start working together. We read the papers carefully and organize them. Sarah tells me where each paper should go. I listen carefully and do my best to keep up. I make sure to ask if I don't understand something. Sarah is very helpful, and I'm learning a lot from her. After we finish organizing the papers, we start planning for the event. Sarah explains that the event will be held next month. "We need to make sure everything is ready on time," she says. "We'll need to call some people, make lists, and prepare the venue." I listen carefully and make notes. It sounds like a big job, but I feel excited to be part of it. We work together to make a plan. We decide who will do each task, and we write everything down in a notebook. Sarah shows me how to make a schedule for the event. "This will help us stay organized," she says. Once we finish planning, it's time to write an email to the team. Sarah explains the plan to me, and I help her write the email. We want to make sure everyone understands what to do. I type the email carefully, checking for mistakes. When it's done, we send it to everyone. It's now time for a break. Sarah and I walk to the break room. Some of our co-workers are there. David is drinking a cup of tea, and a few others are talking. I feel happy. The work is interesting, and I am learning a lot. We talk about the event and how we are preparing for it. After our break, we return to our desks. I check my emails again. There are a few more. Messages from Mr. Robert come in, and I read them carefully, replying to each one. He thanks me for my hard work and encourages me to keep going, which makes me feel proud of my efforts. In the afternoon, I help Sarah with more tasks. We make a list of things to do for the event. I write down the tasks while Sarah explains what needs to be done. It's a lot of work, but I enjoy staying busy and knowing I can contribute. The day goes by quickly, and before I know it, it's time to leave. I stand up, gather my things, and wave goodbye to Sarah and David. "See you tomorrow," I say. "Goodbye, James. Have a good evening," they reply. I leave the office and head to the bus stop. The weather is cooler now, and it's starting to rain. As I wait for the bus, I reflect on my day. I worked hard and learned a lot, feeling glad to have helped with the new project. I know tomorrow will be another busy day, but I'm ready for it. When the bus arrives, I get on and find a seat. The bus is quiet now, and I watch the rain falling outside, making the city look peaceful. I feel happy and tired. It was a good day. The next morning, I wake up early again as the alarm rings loudly. Ding, ding, ding! I turn it off quickly and, though a little tired, get out of bed. I stretch and walk to the window, noticing the clear sky and bright sunshine. I smile because it looks like a good day. After washing my face with cold water and brushing my teeth, I check myself in the mirror and smile, feeling ready for the day. I choose a blue shirt and comfortable pants, put them on, and check the time. I still have time before leaving, so I grab my bag, put on my shoes, and walk to the bus stop. A few people are waiting there, and I join the line. Soon the bus arrives, and I find a seat by the window. The city is already busy, with cars on the roads and people walking on the streets. When I reach the office, the building feels cool and quiet. The receptionist greets me with a smile. "Good morning." "Good morning," I reply. I take the elevator to the third floor, head to my desk, turn on my computer, and check my emails. Most messages are about the upcoming event, and Mr. Robert asks me to make a list of all the people we need. I carefully write down the team members and contacts, knowing how important it is to stay organized. Mr. Robert then approaches my desk, asking me to ensure the event emails are ready to send. Some are incomplete, so I add the missing details, double-check everything, and send them out. Mr. Robert reviews my work, saying, "Good job, James. You're doing great." I feel happy and proud. The morning flies by, and soon it's break time. In the break room, I join Sarah and David. Sarah mentions that the event planning is going well, but notes there's still a lot to do. We chat while enjoying our food, then return to our desks. In the afternoon, Mr. Robert asks me to assist Sarah with phone calls to confirm event details. I help by taking notes while Sarah talks to venues, ensuring all the information is recorded. Once the calls are done, we have all the details we need. The rest of the day involves completing more tasks, making lists, and answering emails. It's a busy day, but I enjoy contributing to the event planning. It feels important. As the day ends, I gather my things and wave goodbye to Sarah and David. "See you tomorrow," I say with a smile. "Goodbye, James," Sarah replies. "Have a nice evening," David adds. I leave the office and walk to the bus stop. The air is cooler now, and I think about the day as I wait for the bus. I feel proud of the work I did and the progress I've made. When the bus arrives, I sit by the window watching the sunset. The city streets are still busy, but the sight of the setting sun is beautiful and calming. I feel peaceful, happy, and ready to continue helping with the event tomorrow. When I get home, tired but content, I think about the day ahead. I feel confident and excited to keep learning and improving.